Hey everybody, it's your paddling pastor here, and I am I'm preparing for my sermon for tomorrow. Tomorrow is our lovely Palm Sunday service, and I'm always excited to see the kids come in and see how excited they are to come and participate in the service. And we do something kind of unique at our church at Fraser's Bottom Church of God that may not be familiar with. I know a lot of people are familiar with Advent when it comes to Christmas, but not everybody is familiar with Advent and Easter. And we celebrate an Advent with Easter season. And so all these last several weeks, we've been bringing different elements from the crucifixion story into the sanctuary, starting with the cross on the first week. And so we're about to wrap all that up this week with Palm Sunday. And then everything leaves the cross and it's empty on Easter, as we know. But I'm excited for that, and I have great anticipation also for a quick little spring break trip that we're taking with our family, getting to go down to the Charlotte area. And I don't know if I'm going to try to go to the White Water Center or if I'm just going to try and paddle the South Fork of the Catawba River. Looks like if there's enough water on there, you might get some Class 2 rapids, and that was probably pretty easy paddle regardless. So I might try that out. But I'm excited, and but I wanted to share this with you, and it's in Psalm 130, and just a little preview of my message for tomorrow. And this is almost midnight, so you can see how my life is. I'm always preparing at the last minute, it seems. But in Psalm 130, it's entitled Waiting for the Redemption of the Lord. The psalm says, "Out of the depths I have cried to you, O Lord. Lord, hear my voice. Let your ears be attentive to the voice of my supplications. If you, Lord, should mark iniquities, O Lord, who could stand? But there is forgiveness with you, that you may be feared. I wait for the Lord, my soul waits, and in his word I do hope. My soul waits for the Lord more than those who watch for the morning. Yes, more than those who watch for the morning. O Israel, hope in the Lord, for with the Lord there is mercy, and with him is abundant redemption. And he shall redeem Israel from all his iniquities." My question to you is, what is it that you wait with great anticipation for in life? What is it that you just get so excited and you're just on the edge of your seat in anticipation for? Do we wait for things that, in the grand scheme of things, aren't super important? I don't know. I remember waiting in great anticipation for a basketball game in 2016. I a big Cleveland sports fan. My family, on my dad's side, come from Northeast Ohio, so I just come by it naturally. And so I was a Cleveland Cavaliers fan. And in 2016, we were playing against the greatest team that ever played, best record ever in the Golden State Warriors, and we were down 3-1. And we had battled back and tied it and forced a game 7, and I was watching that game, and there was so much anticipation. I couldn't think at work. I couldn't stand to think at work at all. It was so I didn't know what to do with myself. And then in anticipation, my wife, bless her heart, she made a really special dinner. I remember we had some special seafood dinner, and it was just super awesome. And we sat and we watched that game, and for some reason she told me, she's like, "I made a special meal for this game because I just had a special feeling about it." And of course, you know, fast forward, it was awesome, greatest game I'd ever watched, and we did the unthinkable, and my team won. But I remember the anticipation of that, and in the grand scheme of things, now that's 8 years ago, right? How important really was it? It was. I mean, it was kind of important in some way. It was the first time I'd ever witnessed a championship in my life. No team that I ever cared about deeply like that had ever won a championship. Didn't matter. College, professional level didn't matter. It never worked out. And to have that feeling of victory was so awesome. But it was a game. It was a game. So my question to you is, what are you waiting for with such great anticipation in life? Like, I want to know, what is it that you care that much about? I want you to really think hard about that, because what we wait in great anticipation for needs to be worthwhile. And as I'm reading here in Psalm 130, it says, I wait for the Lord. My soul waits more than those who watch for the morning. For with the Lord there is mercy, and with him is abundant redemption. Abundant redemption. That's awesome. And I look forward to that. And that's something worth our waiting for that moment when we're rejoined with our Father in heaven. Like, that's something to be worth waiting for. What are you waiting for with great anticipation? That's what I'm talking about tomorrow. God bless. Have a good night. And if you're watching this in the morning, which most of you will be, have a good morning.